This is what's happening on Chickamauga. Hey guys, Scott Patton here, and so I'll tell you a little bit what's going on here on Chickamauga. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these, but fishing's been up and down, but it's really starting to pick up and get good right now. Water's warmed up, water's raised some. It's still probably about close to 2 foot, probably still below summer pool, but we're getting water up there, and it may be a little bit, just a tad higher than that. It's hard to really tell for sure, but it's within probably 20 inches of being at summer pool. But the fish are moving up, the water's warmed up. You know, we've got fish doing a lot of different things, and a guy can really come down and catch fish on a lot of different areas, a lot of different depths. But most of the areas I've been focusing on has been probably from 1 to 5 feet, and probably majority of them really been from 1 to 3 feet. It's not real hard right now to catch fish down here. I'm covering a lot of water, keep moving. You're gonna have some fish hit that's gonna miss, and I think some of those are the bedding fish. You know, of course, we got fish on the bed here. The majority of them have not spawned yet. We've got quite a few fish spawning throughout the lake, and haven't, of course, been all over the whole lake, so there might be more down towards the lower end. There might be more down there. I'm gonna kind of venture on down there with my guys tomorrow and see what's going on. But we've been catching fish every day, catching several fish, and you're missing a lot of fish too. But probably our the main thing I'm doing is going back of the pockets and on the gravel banks and stuff like that, going into the creeks in the back of the bays and stuff like that. And I'm going back there and I'm taking a 3/8 ounce pro tungsten. I'm gonna rig this up here. I'm just rigging it Texas style. And you see I got that sinker where it's just slide that tungsten on there, pro tungsten, where it just slides on there. I'm not pegging it when I'm fishing it this way. If I was fishing it more in cover, if I'm gonna flip or something like that, then I would. I've got a 5/0. Stick that in there just a little bit, just like that, guys. If you ain't familiar with it, slide that up on there. It should look just like that. All right, and you see how straight that bait is right there. So I'm gonna kind of gauge on there where that hook is gonna go through this bait. I'm gonna stick this thing through that bait, guys, right there. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that down. It's gonna stick it straight through, and then I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna skin hook it. Push it back and skin hook it. Just like that. You see how good and straight that thing still is? It's still weedless. It's all the way through, but a skin hook on the other side with that offset hook. And that's going to give you a lot more hookups on your bites and stuff like that. And you go still fish around these stumps. A lot of fish are coming off stumps and stuff, any kind of cover you see. And they're just on these gravel banks. They're scattered out. There's a lot of fish are just cruising around looking and stuff. But that's where you can take some break that right there. Again, I'm not pegging it because when he sucks it up, I want him to pull that weight up and feel as natural as it can be to him. And some of these fish are grabbing it, swimming off. Some are hitting it, and some of them you ain't gonna feel them bite it. But you got to pay a lot of attention. I'm throwing on 20-pound test, 17 or 20-pound test line, because you catch giants down here. I've done that down here this time of year, fishing this way. And I'm throwing it on. This is a 734 pow rod. And I love this because it's got a little extra length for that hook set, and it's got a good tip in it. It's a good strong tip. So if I make a long cast, a lot of times I am, because I'm back in these flats and stuff like that, throwing it back up there in 10 inches of water. And if that fish hits, then I can still get a good hook set in. If I'm just using say like a 7-foot rod or a 7-foot rod that's got a soft tip and stuff on it, you're not going to get a good hook on them fish, and you're going to fight him for a little bit, and you're going to jump and throw that hook. So make sure you have a rod with a little extra length in it, guys. It's going to help you hook up a lot more fish with this technique this time of year. And you want a good stiff tip on it too, so you can stick that hook in him from a long cast. Okay, so that is the main thing I'm doing down here. Put that one away. Okay, and the second thing I'm doing, and this is catching some bigger fish, you guys. I'm not getting near the bites I am throwing the plastics doing this, so I always tell my customers, depends on what you want to fish for. Try to catch some bigger fish today, or if you want to just go out and catch fish, you don't catch as many as you can, then that throwing that raised bug or any kind of crawfish type bait along the bottom we've been working for that. But anyways, you know, of course the mag draft's got a good reputation down here. Any of your swim baits down here work this time of year. Of course I'm throwing this up in the shallow stuff, fishing it real slow. For those of you that are not familiar with it, mag draft, this is probably one of the best swim baits for the money that you can buy and that will catch fish for you. You can't beat it. We throw it a lot down here. Always got 2 or 3 of them rigged up this time of year, and it just catches a lot of fish. You want to throw it out there, you guys, and you know, the thing's going to fish it probably a foot underneath the water, and you want to fish it real slow. You just want that tail just to swim real slow. You throw around lay downs, treetops, stumps, just up and back in the pockets and stuff, and lay downs on bluff walls and stuff like that. So this is a bait you're going to have tied on, and again, you know, some of the biggest fish I've caught so far this year being on this bait. But I'm not getting near the bites I am with the raised bug, okay? So that is something you want to have rigged up. Again, I'm throwing this on. This is a 755 glass graphite rod, and I like that combination for this because it's still good and stiff, but it's got a little bit of tip to it, so it's a little bit more accurate to cast around docks and stuff like that. And I got enough length and power where I can pull fish out. You know, rig this up with 20-pound test line, and I'm good to go. Okay, just make sure you keep those hooks sharp, guys, because it's real important. A lot of times you're going to hook a lot of fish that's going to just come up and just roll on this thing. He may roll at it and miss it, and may get hooked on the side of the head and stuff like that. It's always important to make sure all your hooks are super sharp. Okay. So another deal we're doing too is, and most of this stuff is more bottom fishing, you know, in the shallow flats, stuff like that. You know, the wacky rig is something you gotta always have down here. We caught some fish on that today. There's some of the fish that were on the bed that we found. We caught them on this, so throw it in there, let it fall right down that nest, and you can see them in this clear water. You watch them take it, and you know, you can get him. And but that's something you want to have rigged up too, in different colors. You know, we've used green pumpkin, and this is green pumpkin blue. Anything natural color like that usually works good. And blue fleck a lot of times this time of year, and red bug will work good too, you guys, when this time of year. And you can also Texas rig that thing. So but we're catching some fish on that. We keep this thing kind of rigged up. We're not throwing it as much as where the bug that we're dragging across the bottom, because it's getting more bites for us. But if we see a bed or something like that, we can slow down, throw this thing in there, and finesse it a little bit better on that fish. So let's see. Something else you want to tie it on is going to be your shaky head worm. But I think there's 1/8 ounce I got this rigged up on, throwing on a spinning reel. I'm changing the line out here and changing some rods. I got a bunch of new rods in from Pal, so I'm putting some of this stuff. I want to use some of these new rods. But anyways, I don't have this one tied up just yet, but it will be tied on for tomorrow. So you're going to throw this. I'm fishing at the same place I'm throwing that raised bug and stuff. You know, in that 1 to 5 foot range, gravel banks and stuff like that, around docks. You know, you can catch a lot of fish with this too. Some guys love to throw it, some guys don't like to throw it. So it's your preference on what you want to do. I really feel like the raised, you know, the crawl and the shaky head are real equal to about catching the same amount of fish. But it depends on what you got most confidence in. But you want to throw both of them, because I'm telling you, even if I do have somebody throwing the shaky head and or some of us throwing the raised bug, there's fish that we catch on that raised bug that's not eating that oh my goodness, the shaky head. Anyways, too many techniques going on in my head here, guys. But anyway, but both of them are important to have tied on, and of course I'm throwing that again on spinning reel if I haven't already said that. So that's really mostly what I'm doing. I know you can throw a topwater right now and get a few bites, and I'm gonna probably throw some tomorrow. The water's really warming up, you know, since, you know, low 70s. As long as we don't get in cold weather and stuff like that. There's gonna be more and more fish keep coming up. You know, got real good fishing coming. You guys will want to book a trip, get a hold of me. I'm gonna rig you up. I got some days still open in May, June, of course, wide open. July, all those are good months. And one other thing too, you don't forget, and it's helped us actually today catch us a lot of fish, because we was having a lot of them fish hit that thing. I mean, those are probably fish on the bed, or they may not be, but you know, because we ain't seen them. But they're hitting it, and just, you can feel them fish hit it, but just not, and then you don't get them. But I've been using the bait pop. I just feel like when they grab that thing, they got a scent, you know, they leave a taste in their mouth like that. Even if they got it, I think that helps them hold on to it. And a lot of times, even when you throw back in there, you can fish that bait and he'll come back and he'll eat it, because we've done that 2 or 3 times today. And those might have been fish that we wouldn't have caught if we hadn't had that scent on there where they could have tasted that and it felt like it was real. But that's just the way I feel about it. I like this stuff. I've been using it ever since they came out with it. And I use it mainly on my plastics and stuff. But I think that kind of covers everything, guys. I can't think of anything else that I've been doing right now. Like I said, I know the fishing ain't been great down here. It seems to be better down lake than it is upriver right now. You guys that like to flip, I just ain't had no flippers with me yet. If I was out on my own, of course, I would be out doing some flipping, because I know you can go flip some of these lay downs and catch some big fish too. To me, the river has not been producing as many fish yet. It will. The water's still kind of low. Like I said, some of these creeks just ain't got enough water in them. Some of the bigger creeks that do have water in them, they're getting a ton of pressure, and so they're seeing a lot of baits and a lot of them getting hooked. So I just feel like I can catch more fish by going down lake where there's more water, and there's probably a bigger population of fish here on Chickamauga. Guys, I appreciate it. You know, hopefully this helped you out. I'm sure there's other things other guys are doing catching fish. This ain't everything. This is what I've been able to do while I'm guiding and stuff. I appreciate you subscribe. That helps me a lot. You guys leave a comment. Let me know how you're fishing. I can't think of anything else. You see me on the water, give me a shout. I always appreciate all you guys. And if you want to book a guide trip, give me a call. We'll go out and have some fun, and I'll try to help you learn as much as I can about the lake and catch some fish, and just have a good time on the water, guys. Appreciate it. Till next time, we'll see you on the water.